Okay, I'm excited because I got my chicken nipples, the waterer nipples, in the mail, and I got a great deal on them. We're going to set up a chicken waterer now. For this project, I'm going to be using a cordless drill with an 11/32 bit, a 9/16 wrench, and 5 chicken nipple waterers, and one 5-gallon bucket with a lid. Let's get to it. I've decided to only put 4 chicken nipple waterers on here because if I want to set it on a block sometime, I don't want it to be in the way in the middle. So I'm just going to put 1 on each side. I will be hanging this waterer inside their coop, but if I want to set it down on a block sometime, I wanted to have that option, and putting 1 in the middle would keep me from doing that. So I've got 1 in already. I drilled another hole. Let's do the other 2 holes and then I'll show you how easy they go in. Alright, I got 25 chicken waterers, so I'm going to be able to make 5 of these, actually 6 of these bucket waterers if I only use 4 per bucket. And, oh man, they were a great deal. I had to wait a few weeks for them to get here because they came all the way from China. But I found a seller on Amazon that was selling them super cheap. I think I got them for under $4 for 25 of them. I'll put a link below so you can get them too. But once you drill your 11/32 inch hole, you just kind of push and start twisting them in there, and they'll twist down in. Some people use tape. It's especially if you're drilling sloppy holes. Here's our little Bojack puppy. He's half Boston Terrier and half Jack Russell Terrier. He's a ferocious little guy though. The 9/16 inch wrench is the tightest fit that I could get, and I just give it about a 1/4 turn after I get it down there finger tight. Now these have a little gasket on them, if you can see that little rubber gasket right there, and so you don't want to make it so tight that that gets pinched, because then it won't be watertight. So you just make it tight enough that that starts to squish a little bit, and that'll keep the water in there. And I've got 2 more to go. Okay, so I've got it hanging from the roof of my coop. I placed it so that the chickens can walk up underneath there and reach it pretty well. My chickens are still only about 4 months old, so when they're full grown I might have to raise it up a little bit. I just tied it with 2 bowline knots on each, 1 bowline knot on each end, so 2 total, and I put it on this little clip. That way I can just unclip it and take the bucket. When I go to rinse out the bucket and refill, I'll have a brick sitting outside the coop that I can set the bucket on so that I don't damage the nipples on the ground, because you can't set the bucket down since the nipples are on the bottom.